Hello there, this is Million Dollar Baked Spaghetti. It is awesome. I have had it before. This is my second time ever making it. I just want to give you the recipe really quick. It is delicious. I don't know if it's really worth $1 million, but it ranks way up there for spaghetti casseroles. Now, I did cook it a little too much on top here, so just cut your time back, and I'll tell you how to do that in just a second. So what you're going to need is a pound of ground beef, 1 box of spaghetti noodles, about 16 ounces. You can use 3/4 of the box if you don't want a whole lot of noodles, up to the whole box. Your wet ingredients are going to be 1 cup of cottage cheese, 1/4 a cup of sour cream, and 1 8-ounce block of cream cheese. Your spices are going to be whatever you want to season the meat with. I used a little bit of garlic salt. I also used a little bit of Italian seasoning. I also mixed in some oregano by itself. And that's it for the dry ingredients for the seasons. So what you do is, when this thing is done, your meat is finished frying. Imagine that being the meat right there frying. And over here is the pot of hot water with the noodles in it. You're going to drain your noodles. You're going to take the hamburger meat, drain the grease from it, keep them in separate bowls. One other ingredient I forgot to mention, well, 2 other. You're going to need 1 pack, 8 ounces of shredded cheddar cheese. And you're going to need butter. You're going to need 3/4 a stick of butter. You can use a whole stick if you like butter a lot more.
Or less.
So what I do is I start out with an empty Pyrex dish.
What size would you say that is?
This is like a 16 by 9. And I'm going to take the butter and chunk it like you would, take butter and slice it for a biscuit or something. And I'm going to dot it all over the bottom of the Pyrex dish. So it starts out plain Pyrex dish butter.
The butter's not heated?
No, it's not heated. I just put the butter in there. The next thing I do on top of that butter is I put a layer of noodles. And I use a little over half of the noodles on the bottom. On top of those noodles, I'm going to spread about 3/4, almost 3/4 of the wet mixture of cheese on top of that. And then I'm going to top that with about 3/4 of the hamburger meat. And then I'm going to go back over it with noodles. And then I'm going to go back over it with the wet ingredients. And then I'm going to top it with the hamburger meat. And then I'm going to use spaghetti sauce on top, go across the entire thing. Bake it in the oven on 350 for about 25 minutes. After 25 minutes, you pull it out. You're going to use the entire thing of shredded cheddar cheese and go across the whole top with the cheddar cheese. Stick it back in the oven. You can either continue cooking it on 350 till it melts, or do what I did and I hit the broiler button. So I broiled this, and with broiling it, it gave it a crispy crust. So that's up to you if you want your cheese really crispy and you want to hit broil, or if you just want to bake it 350 till it's nice and melted. We're going to go ahead and pull a slice out here and let you see inside. Oh, that looks so good, so yummy. And that is kind of it for this stuff. All right, in less than 5 minutes, I've given you this recipe here. The only other thing about it is, when you're putting the wet ingredients on, like that first layer where you use the wet ingredients, take a spatula and try to spread out the wet ingredients over the noodles. It's not going to spread out completely, but it will spread. You don't want to just leave it in little dumps on top of the spaghetti. So try to spread it out best you can. All right, I'm ready to eat. Let's eat.